It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. No, it's gonna be just like a random video, but I thought I'd do that. I'm sorry. You are the chosen one. No, those. So, I was watching that clip earlier today, and had Obi-Wan not left Anakin's body just lying there, Vader never would have happened. Now, it's possible that Palpatine could have found someone else, but Anakin supposedly being the chosen one, he was more desirable. But Obi-Wan just was watching Anakin burn, and he's like, later. So had he taken his body with him, and even if, I would have figured that he had still enough love and respect for Anakin to say, you know what, he must clearly be dead. Let's give him a proper, send off. Even if it was just by himself. I don't know how many of the others would have wanted to give him like a funeral type situation to Anakin after what he had done, but at least Obi-Wan could have done it on his own. But no, he just let he sees Anakin's body burning and just assumes, oh, okay, he's dead, nothing more I can do here, and he just leaves. And Palpatine gets him, and the iconic no from Anakin, after he learned of what became of his love. And that also has become a meme. Like, in just that short clip, I have the high ground. You are the chosen one. What was the other one? You underestimate my power. And then finally, with the kind of the reveal of Vader, the no kind of thing going on. So, but looking back at those films, I mean, yeah, are they shit? Yeah, but they're not nearly as shit as the newer ones. You look back and it's still a pretty good story. You see Vader in the original trilogy, and a little bit about him. You know that the chosen one. He was great user. Wielded the Force and mastered it, and this and that, and and then we learn that he's Luke's father, and like another big reveal. But you never really knew about him as a child, and that's what the Phantom Menace and Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith were. They were his backstory. We see him as a 9-year-old on Tatooine as a slave, and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan show up, and they're looking for parts, and they find him, and they're like, hey, the Force is pretty, like, this kid, we might want to check this kid out. So then they take him to the council, and everyone's obviously impressed with what he's done, and his capabilities with the Force. But then Yoda's like, I don't think we should train him. I sense fear in him. So, but Qui-Gon was like, well, I'm still going to train him. So you guys can just sit here chatting it up or something, but I'm going to train the kid still. So later, losers, nothing could possibly go wrong from this. And for a little while, nothing did go wrong. And then we kind of see throughout the movies, Clone Wars, Christopher Lee is Count Dooku. I love Christopher Lee. He is so amazing. He was amazing. But Hayden Christensen as Anakin, but we slowly see, how he becomes who he is when we first meet him in the original series or trilogy. Giving over to the dark side and this and that. The final battle we see with him and Obi-Wan, I loved you! It's like, oh, Ewan McGregor, you're such a sensitive lad, aren't you? But they're still fun. They're still fun to watch. They're very colorful, actually. When you really go back and you look at the original trilogy and look at the newer one, these ones were very colorful. Like the the costumes and the sets and all that, they just popped. Like, especially like Darth Maul's look. That's a very iconic look now, and it just pops. The red and the black, it just pops. It's very colorful, despite that it's two dark colors. But go back and look at the movies. It's very vibrant. There's some subtle undertones going on there. Everything's so happy and vibrant. No, I'm kidding. I mean, even if that's what they were going for, it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, I'm not even a Star Wars person, but I could go back and sit, watch those, but I wouldn't be able to sit through the newer ones. They just butcher them completely. Just fucking totally, especially like the original trilogy. You see the trials and tribulations Luke had to go through, training with Yoda, kind of having to find balance and this and that. But then we meet Rey, who is apparently just automatically fucking great at using the Force. No, there's no character development. There's no hero's journey, which people love because you want to feel a sense of progression. It's like Saitama. The story starts already at the end of his journey. He's already the strongest. It's like getting to max level and then like getting sent back to the beginning of the game, but you're still at the same strength you were at the end of the game. So you can just go through and just like boom, boom. Or, just if you're using spells, you just boom, boom. That's just exactly how it is. Come on, focus. Focus, focus! Okay, that's much better. But yeah, she was just kind of like, I'm great at everything, and I don't really need any real training. And but Luke, we get to see this progression. Obviously, with Anakin, we get to see because we find him as a kid. He's like 9 years old, so yeah, he can use the Force. He builds C-3PO and stuff like that. So he's clearly smart. He's clearly good at using the Force, but he still has a lot to go through. And that's what people like. They like to see progression. They like to see a character arc. Rey just shows up. It's like, oh yeah, I'm great at everything. What training? I don't need training. Do you not know who I am? I don't even know who I am, but I'm already good at using the Force. But yeah, go back and watch the second trilogy sometime, and then compare it to now. You'll be like, wow, these are actually a lot better. Although I don't like sand. Rough its course and it gets everywhere. Just like, personal political politics just gets everywhere. But anyways, I ranted 8 minutes about fucking the second trilogy. So we have a new friend outside, a possum. So now there's Venti, there's Meowsy, there's Musy, there's the black cat, there's a black and white cat, there's the brown, blackish, it looks like a tortie almost, the raccoon, and now a fucking possum. Can't imagine why the food disappears so quickly. I'm starting to think that it's not Venti moving the bowl outside. I think it's either the raccoon or the possum. I mean, obviously raccoons have but I haven't seen the raccoon in a couple days, like a week or so. I saw the raccoon, the raccoon last week, and then I saw the possum last night. And they're so chill. And that's, I even opened the door and it doesn't just run off. It was like, and it just like slowly just, pretty sure if I had gone out there, it probably wouldn't do anything. You'd probably see me and just still slowly walk away. Because I did. I even opened the door and it just like, almost like it was disappointed. It saw me and I start to open the door and it's like, and it just like slowly walks down the steps. I'm just like, I feel so bad for it now. You know, I feel so bad for it. It wasn't doing anything wrong. But yeah, so there's like, it's like we're a fucking halfway house for fucking animals. Like I said, there used to be that other white cat. I don't know what fucking happened to it. I haven't seen it. Well, I mean, it might just come over at different times or something, or just come over once in a while. Because I think it lived all the way on the other side of the other street right over there. So it really may not have a lot of need to come over here now. But yeah, a lot of fucking animals. A lot of fucking animals. And if I could adopt them all, I would. Meowsy's been sitting on the back porch lately on the mat waiting every morning. It was different this morning because it was fucking raining this morning. It was fucking windy. I go outside and they're like where their bowl is, it's all fucking wet and stuff. It's like good thing the bowl was pretty much empty because otherwise that food would have been completely fucking soggy. So I tried to move it somewhere where the wind wouldn't possibly get it, maybe. But then after I did, it like cleared up and it's still fucking freezing out. It's still windy, but it's not raining. Actually, what's it like out right now? Probably colder. Let's see here. It is river flood warning. Wait, oh, I was like, what? It's gonna snow? No, it's an only 1% chance. Just wait. Just the fact that it says 1% chance of snow. Even that. Oh, let me. So here we are right now. 18 degrees out. 18 degrees. As you can see, it's pretty still cool out-ish. A little warmer. But it looks like it's generally in the late 60s. I mean, you got a couple days and 73, which is really not that bad. It's warm, but it's not that bad. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. But we've got the next. Well, Sunday is like the last cool day. Rain, rain, rain. It was supposed to thunderstorm, but yeah, the thunder part didn't happen. It was just really windy. So. Da, 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 da. But yeah, a lot of fucking animals out there. I saw Venti yesterday. I didn't see him today, probably because it was fucking freezing. It was raining. It was cold out. So he's got food over there where he is, I think. So he probably not gonna bother. I don't really expect him to come over on days like that. I just want him to stay where he is, especially since it looks like he's not really feeling that well. I mean, he's still licking himself. He's still walking around and eating and drinking. It just looks like he's feeling a little under the weather. Probably because of the fucking weather. Our other cat, even though he's inside, Mitty does that all. It happens with Mitty all the time. And I told my friend, I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be like, Mitty will probably get like sick soon enough because of the weather changing. So, I mean, it's just like I said, it's with humans as well. Like, I'm not feeling good half the time now because the weather doesn't know what it wants to fucking do. So, he's probably just right now, and he's an outside cat, so he's exposed to that constant changing. We're inside, and it's pretty same temperature. You can maintain it, but out there, one day it's fucking freezing cold out, and the next day it's hot, and then suddenly we're back to dark, rainy days, and it's fucking freezing. So I really feel bad for him. Now, Meowsy, she prefers to just kind of stay under the house for the most part. So hers is more of a constant thing as well, since, like I said, the heater is on. So the pipes will probably, be letting off some kind of heat. So it's probably nice. Well, not nice and warm, but warmer than it would be out there right now. But he sleeps out like in front of, like on stoops and all that. So he's more exposed to it than Meowsy is. So he's probably just not feeling very well. Like I said, he's eating, drinking, everything just fine. So there's nothing majorly wrong with him. You know, the vets always say if they're not eating, they're not drinking, they're not cleaning themselves or anything like that, then there's something wrong. But if they're doing all of that, there's really not much to be concerned about. Most likely it's just going to be like a cold or something. And I wish I had still had some of those, you know, antibiotics for him. You know, especially since he's been getting in fights, and that's probably not helping either. So give him some of, I mean, I still have the spray, but I don't have any more pills left. So I would have loved to give him some antibiotics to help him in case, you know, infection, or I mean, it could be possible that he has a wound on him that I don't see, that he was infected or whatever. But yeah, he's just under the weather. He really hasn't been coming much over much, and when he does, he just lays here. So it's sad, but you know, he'll be fine. He's young, so he's more than strong enough. I've had to, because he's being fucking lazy about it. He'll eat normally, but then he'll jump up there, and I'll want him to eat more, because in order to get better, you need to eat. So I actually have to feed him. Like, I'll take the bowl, and he'll be laying there, and now he's like, nom, 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 nom. I'm like, oh yeah, real fucking perk up when you do that shit, because you don't have to get up and do it yourself. I mean, I don't mind. My little boy. But, yeah, Meowsy's been sitting at the back door lately, except for this morning. She's been getting, like, a lot more comfortable. Like, when I go outside, instead of just running off immediately, she just kind of backs up a little so I can come outside. She's been kind of staying around me, for the most part, when I've been feeding her. So, I mean, she still runs off, but she's not doing it nearly as much as she used to, so she'll be at the back door, which that alone is, you know, she's waiting for me to come out. So, which means she obviously likes me and trusts me enough. And then, like I said, I open the back door because she's sitting right on the mat, so she knows she has to back up. So I see her, she's like, and I'll start to open the door, and she'll back up a little, you know, back off the mat to where I can come out. And obviously her tail straight up, you know, happy to see me. She starts meowing, and instead of running off down the steps, you know, I'll go get her bowl, and she just kind of like does a typical cat thing, like she'll like slowly walk around me, and so she's getting more comfortable with me. A bit more comfortable. But hopefully I do get a point where I can just pet her, not have to wait for her to fucking eat or something. But it's cute to see her outside waiting, and how she just like perks up when she sees me. So anyways, moral of the story, if Obi-Wan had just taken Anakin's body with him, that first trilogy never would have happened. You are the chosen one! Anyways, you guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.